Good day and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to explain some concepts on Netconf, how we're going to use it in Python, how we're going to design our code using Python, a code exactly the same that you're busy seeing on the screen. What is the concept? What is the basic thing you need? Why we're using this? How we connect to the device? How software-defined network can be used in Python? How you want to change something into your device and you want to use the capability. What is the capability? What does the mean of the capability? What is the reason you need a capability? I'll start with my first line of code. Our first line of code, we're using a module that is called NC client. What is NC client? Where actually Netconf is fitting in? Let's first explain Netconf. Netconf is a network configuration netconf protocol defined in XML-based interface. So when you're using a netconf, you're communicating to the server, your device. The response that you get is in XML. So the language that netconf used to communicate with the device and the response that you get back, it is in XML. In another exercise that I'm going to show, we're going to change that result into JSON. So whatever we're going to send and receive from the device, we're going to parse it into JSON. So what we're going to use to parse it into JSON, we're going to use XML Todit module. Let's talk about NC client. What is NC client? What is we using NC client for? NC client is just a Python library that facilitates that communication between the client and the server or with the application. So when you're using the NC client module, when you import that module, so you want within that module, that way the netconf is going to be used to communicate to the device. And when you look in this line of code, I say from NC client import the manager. So what is the manager? The manager is going to expose the API that we're going to run. So we can be either in asynchronous mode or synchronous mode. The role of the manager is to expose that API that we're going to run. And we're going to use some verb as well in another exercise that we're going to show how the verb is going to be implemented, how to use the verb. There's a lot of verb that you can use on when we're running the NC client, but you need to know where is that verb is fitting in. How can I use those verbs? You can't just use any verb just like that. You need to know exactly where those verb is fitting in. But one of the verbs that we're going to use get. So we're going to get our config and print it. So get only print a portion of what we are looking for. It's different with the get config, which print the running config. So get is going to, if you run get operation, you're going to retrieve the configuration and state data that we're filtering in. But get config, when we use it in netconf, it's for to filter the running configuration. Another thing that I want to talk about in this video, it is logging. So like if we want to debug, like in this case I'm using for debug purpose. So with this module of logging that I'm importing logging, actually when you even press the Python is helping, you say logging package for Python based on pep 2h2 comment therefore in complement Python copyright. So basically this module, we're going to use it with our basic config and then we're going to debug the result. So when we're going to connect to the server, to our device, in this case we're going to connect to iOS XE 2. This device is actually sit here into my detail iOS X2. It's a detail from a sandbox. I took it from Cisco. So we have three devices that we're going to use. We have the Cisco device that's sitting on the sandbox, and then we have those two router that's on my lab that we're going to test. And then the next line of code that I'm talking about, we're going to filter our result. So we're going to filter the result using the get, the verb. We get a portion of the result, we're filtering, so we're going to RPC reply, filtering from the data, and then we need that interface fill just the interface. We specify which interface we are looking for, and then we're also going to look for interface state, and then we'll filter as well into interface. Let's go for the first line of code. What do we see? So we see the NC client, which is the module that we're going to import. And then from the NC client, it's already been installed. How do you install NC client? So you install NC client. Very simple, very easy. After you install your NC client, you're going to import. So it's basically install NC client. I already installed it into my device. So basically the response I'll get is already been installed. As you can see, it's already been installed. Then after you install your NC client, you can import the manager. After you import the manager, you need to define. You can create separately like a module like I create. You can create another module there that you name your module, and then you put the detail of the device, or you can get it from Sandbox, or you can have your own CSR that you're going to run. And then the next line, so we're using with manager connect to connect to the device. When you type connect, there is a certain thing you need to add. So you have the host. So we say iOS2, use that IP address, use the port, use the username, use the password, and the host key, because we don't want to verify any host key because it's my own lab. I'm not verifying anything. I trust what I'm busy doing. And then set to false. And whatever is coming out here, I'm saving is as M. Then I'm going to run my debug. I can remove this print hello. I just put it there for specific purpose. Then when we run our debug to our device, there we go. It's starting. Okay. I'm not getting anything wrong. Some of the stuff, but I can see it's replying as well with the capabilities. That will take me next to explain what is the capabilities. What are we using it for? So in this code, we're going actually to connect to a CSR2 and then print the capability. And then our module is going to our response is going to come back with the capability. So what are we using here? So I say from NC client again, once more the module, I'm importing the manager, and then I'm going to my device, I'm importing CSR2. I'm connecting to the device, and then I say, so whatever, when I'm connecting to the device, I'm saving it as M. Then I say for capability in M dot server capability. This is one of the modules that I'm going to use. Then I say print capability. So when we run this code, what it's going to do is it's going to connect to CSR2, then it's going to print the capabilities. So waiting for a response. There we go. There we're getting our capability returned to us. But my question is, what is the capability? What do we use the capability for? And how does it work to get the capabilities? I would say think about the capabilities like the key. So this URL that you see over here that say URL, RFC. So there's a lot of capability the designers have. It's like a key for you to get a specific thing that you are looking for. Example, you want to just have data regarding OSPF. So you're going to use the capability that the device supports for OSPF. In case of this router, so if we have to find what is the capability for OSPF, so we can go to there. This actually we're getting 52 results. Let's see what we have here. There we go. We can use Cisco iOS XE OSPF upper, and then we can use that to print the capability regarding the OSPF. So like I say, I'll say think about the capability like a key for you to retrieve something specific. So let's move to the last line of code that I want to talk about. So we go from Coloramo importing for and style, and then we designing our code. We say NC client import a manager and XML HOD, and then we specify the filter that we're going to use, so to use this data. And then the next line of code, I'm saying for manager connect to the device, and I put the detail of my device that I'm taking from the other module that I already created, and then I connect to the device. The good thing with this, so if I change anything, I can come over here, then I just change the details. For example, if Cisco change all these details, so I don't have to go to every single code that I'm going to design. I can only change it in one place, and then here is going not even to be affected because it's been changed already on the main module. Then we have this set line of code. So I have the interface, I'm creating this variable, and then whatever I'm going to pass here is going to be saved into this variable. And then I'm creating another variable that I'm filtering my result, and then I'll use those results to print in the specific line what I'm looking for. Like in this code, so I want, it's going to print interface detail, then it's going to print the description of the interface, it's going to print the IP of the interface, then it's going to print the type of interface, the physical address, the statistic, and then it's going to close my my results with another set of line that's going to print star like 50 times and say end, and then close the session. So if you run this code, there we go, we have our result. So exactly what we've been looking for. So we got the description is telling you management interface, don't touch me, then giving you the IP address and giving you the physical address, then the input of the packet that is coming and the output of the packet.